Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Classic Comics. Last year, I did several videos about AI and the impact it was going to have on Hollywood, how it would lead to programs that will allow you to produce entire movies made to your specifications, and how this would lead to a lot of people in Hollywood losing their livelihoods. I'll put a link to that video up in the corner. Well, now, less than 2 years later, we're already seeing this sort of thing start to become available to the public. A tech company called Fable Studio has developed a generative AI program called Showrunner, which will allow a person to create animated episodes that are custom made by the user entering prompts, much like with ChatGPT or Midjourney or other AI programs. This is from HollywoodReporter.com. Hollywood Nightmare. New streaming service lets viewers create their own shows using AI. Generative artificial intelligence is coming for streaming, with the release of a platform dedicated to AI content that allows users to create episodes with a prompt of just a couple of words. Fable Studio, an Emmy winning San Francisco startup, on Thursday announced Showrunner, a platform the company says can write, voice, and animate episodes of shows it carries. Under the initial release, users will be able to watch AI generated series and create their own content, complete with the ability to control dialogue, characters, and shot types, among other controls. The endeavor marks the tech industry's further encroachment onto Hollywood, as it eyes the exploitation of AI tools embroiled in controversy over their potential to streamline production and the possibility they were created using copyrighted materials from creators they could eventually displace. Amid the industry's historic dual strikes last year, in which the use of AI emerged as a contentious negotiating point, Fable released an AI generated episode of South Park to showcase its tech. While some mocked it for its comedic misses, others pointed to the video as a leap forward in the tech and proof of concept that AI tools will soon allow viewers to more actively engage with content, possibly by creating their own. It also demonstrated the threat the tech poses to creators whose labor could be undermined if it's adopted into the production pipeline. The vision is to be the Netflix of AI, says Chief Executive Edward Sachi. Maybe you finish all the episodes of a show you're watching and you click the button to make another episode. You can say what it should be about, or you can let the AI make it itself. Users will now be able to join the waitlist for a free testing version of the platform, which will likely last until the end of the year, according to Sachi. The announcement features the unveiling of 10 animated shows of various genres and styles that were mostly made with AI tools, outside of music and some transitions. They include Exit Valley, billed as a satire of Silicon Valley, mimicking the animation style and comedic flavor of South Park. Ikiru Shinu, a dark horror anime following the survivors of a global calamity trying to rebuild society. And Sim Francisco, an anthology series of people living in the shared universe of Sim Francisco, where several of the shows take place. The tech is limited solely to animation and doesn't yet have the capability to create live action shots. Users are encouraged to make their own episodes of the shows, the best of which will be included in the catalog of the series when Showrunner is officially launched. The winners will get a lump sum payment as well as revenue sharing if the show is picked up by a streamer. Sachi says the platform's tech allows users to create a series of scenes that can then be stitched together to create a full-length episode. Prompts can range from just a couple of words to over 100. Users will be able to edit the dialogue, shots, and flow of scenes, among other things, he added. It'll understand the core conflict of your episode and develop it with another character or location, Sachi says. Or you can say, I want this specifically to be the next scene. Fable, which won an Emmy in 2019 for innovation in interactive media, figures to keep costs down by having users create the content that others will watch. The model demonstrates the anxiety and fear that some creators have over AI. If the tech can function as all purpose crew members and talent, that undercuts the value and demand for their labor. Union protections, some of which bar the use of AI tools for now, will likely take on even more significance if the company can prove there's a market for completely AI generated content. Showrunner is powered by Fable's AI model, which was created after the release of open source AI systems from OpenAI and Stable Diffusion. Last year, it released a research paper showcasing tech that it says can write, produce, direct, edit, and voice and animate episodes of shows with a large catalog of content. The company created 9 brief AI generated episodes of South Park from a short prompt. Saatchi says the system is trained on publicly available data. Asked about widespread allegations of the use of copyrighted materials by AI companies to teach their tech, he adds, quote, "What matters to me is whether the output is original, and that the content is what will decide whether the tech is worthwhile," unquote. So, obviously, there are considerable limitations on this. In fact, so this is the website here, and I took a look at it. Like I say, this is the one they were talking about in the article. I'll just kind of give you a look at it. So basically, how it's set up is this is a classroom, and this teacher is teaching them about Silicon Valley. But then she shows them this movie, and the movie basically is set in the Old West during the Gold Rush. And then you've got Mark Zuckerberg and the Winklevoss twins, and I forget the other guy's name. It's the guy that Andrew Garfield played in the Social Network movie. I forget his name. Anyway, they find gold, and then Zuckerberg kills he kills the Winklevoss twins and the other guy to take all the gold for himself. And as you can see, it's pretty derivative of South Park as far as the animation style. Although the part in the classroom kind of looks more like that sort of, I don't know, Cal Arts, Rick and Morty type animation, I guess, or maybe a blend of the two. And like I say, it's the animation's okay, but the way they say their lines, it feels very lifeless. So it'll be interesting to see how they kind of get around that and make these things more engaging. This one had, kind of a teaser. I'll show you this. And this is kind of an anime sort of cyberpunk post-apocalyptic type of thing. And I really haven't checked the others out. This is an obvious kind of Cars knockoff here. So again, there are obvious limitations on it, but that's today. Where will this technology be in a year, in 2 years, or 5, or in 10 years? It's pretty clear the direction that this is heading in, and there's really no stopping it at this point. This is going to be especially disruptive in the animation field, I would think, because if you're in school studying animation right now, what do you do? I mean, do you keep at it? Knowing that by the time you get out of school, this could already be available. And I'm not sure what the right answer is. AI is going to end Hollywood as we know it. It's just a matter of how soon and how long before a user can create content that looks like convincing live action. Then it will get really disruptive. If someone wants to create episodes of Star Trek, for example, how will that work in terms of copyright? And one thing we might see is studios licensing their IPs to Showrunner or other similar platforms. I doubt they would like that, but it may get to a point that it becomes more lucrative to them than continuing to make their own content, especially if theaters don't make a comeback, which I don't think they will. So, what impact do you think this will have on Hollywood in the next few years? Will it lead to most animation studios closing down and mass unemployment for animators? And what about in the long term? Will studios eventually have to license their IPs to these sort of platforms in order to survive? Let me know in the comments. And please like this video and sub to the channel. and check out some of my other videos while you're at it. And I will see you all next time. Thanks for watching.